Imagine a fighter jet so fast that no enemy plane can catch it, so stealthy that radar barely notices it, and so deadly that it can destroy threats before they even know it's there. This is Russia's MiG-41, a warplane designed to dominate the skies and crush any opposition, including Ukraine. As the war in Ukraine drags on, Russia is desperate for an edge. Their air force has suffered massive losses, with jets being shot down and drones wreaking havoc on their bases. But what if they had a plane that could turn the tide? A jet that could outrun, outgun, and outmaneuver anything Ukraine or NATO throws at them? The MiG-41 is supposed to be that game changer. If Russia can pull it off, this hypersonic next-generation fighter could reshape air combat forever. But what exactly is the MiG-41? How will it change Russia's military capabilities? And most importantly, will it actually see combat in the Ukraine conflict? Let's dive deep into the details of this cutting-edge aircraft. The MiG-41, officially known as the PAKDP, Prospective Aviation Complex for Long-Range Interception, has been in conceptual development since the late 2010s. It is designed as a direct successor to the MiG-31, one of the world's fastest interceptors. Russia claims that the MiG-41 will be a hypersonic, high-altitude stealth interceptor capable of operating in near-space conditions. The project was first announced by the Mikoyan Design Bureau, the same company responsible for the famous MiG series. While details remain scarce, Russian defense officials suggest the jet could enter service in the 2030s. The aircraft is being developed to intercept hypersonic missiles, enemy aircraft, and even low-orbit satellites, making it one of the most ambitious fighter projects in history. However, there are serious challenges. With Russia facing economic sanctions, budget constraints, and supply chain disruptions, many experts question whether the MiG-41 will ever be mass-produced. Some skeptics believe it could remain nothing more than a prototype. The MiG-41 isn't just another fighter jet. It's built to be the fastest, most advanced interceptor ever created. Russia claims it will reach speeds between Mach 4 and Mach 5, making it nearly unstoppable in the air. At those speeds, enemy pilots wouldn't even have time to react before the MiG-41 strikes and disappears. It won't just fly high, it will operate near space, soaring above 100,000 feet where no ordinary aircraft can follow. From that altitude, it could destroy enemy bombers, satellites, and even hypersonic missiles before they become a threat. And it's not just about speed. The MiG-41 is designed to be nearly invisible to radar, using stealth technology that would allow it to slip past enemy defenses undetected. Equipped with hypersonic missiles and laser weapons, it could eliminate targets from extreme distances before they ever see it coming. There are even whispers that it will have AI-assisted targeting, meaning it won't just be fast, it will be smarter than any fighter before it. If Russia can bring this jet to life, it won't just be a step forward in aerial combat, it will be a quantum leap, changing the way wars are fought in the sky. But that's a big if. If the MiG-41 becomes a reality, Ukraine could face a terrifying new challenge in the skies. Right now, Ukraine relies on older Soviet-era MiG-29s and soon-to-arrive Western jets like the F-16 to hold its own against Russian air power. But nothing in its arsenal, or even NATO's current fighter fleet, comes close to matching what Russia claims the MiG-41 can do. If this jet enters service, Ukraine's ability to control its airspace could be shattered. No Ukrainian pilot would be able to engage a jet flying at hypersonic speeds, operating at the edge of space, and launching missiles from hundreds of miles away before even appearing on radar. Ukrainian aircraft wouldn't stand a chance in a direct fight, and their ability to carry out reconnaissance, launch airstrikes, or protect key targets would be in serious jeopardy. Beyond dogfights, Ukraine has been using drones and long-range missile strikes to hit Russian positions and infrastructure, even deep inside Russian territory. These tactics have helped balance the war, allowing Ukraine to strike back despite having a much smaller air force. But the MiG-41 could make those attacks much harder to pull off. Its ability to intercept fast-moving threats means it could hunt down drones and incoming missiles before they ever reach their targets. That would take away one of Ukraine's most effective weapons and allow Russia to operate with greater confidence. The threat doesn't stop there. Russia claims this jet will carry anti-satellite weapons, and advanced electronic warfare systems, which means it could disrupt NATO's ability to provide intelligence and surveillance support to Ukraine. If Russian forces could blind Western satellites or interfere with Ukrainian communications, it would make precision strikes and battlefield coordination much harder. Even if Ukraine isn't fighting the MiG-41 directly, its mere presence could change the way the war is fought. Perhaps the most dangerous impact of the MiG-41 is psychological. Russia has suffered massive setbacks in the war, with many of its so-called advanced weapons failing in combat. If they can prove the MiG-41 is real, it would be a powerful message to Ukraine and the world that Russia is still a dominant military force. For all the hype surrounding the MiG-41, there's one big problem. It might never happen. Russia loves making bold claims about cutting-edge weapons, but turning those claims into reality is a completely different story. Building a hypersonic, stealth-capable near-space fighter jet isn't just ambitious. It's an engineering nightmare. Even the world's most advanced militaries, like the United States and China, haven't fully mastered this kind of technology yet. And Russia, already struggling with sanctions, war costs, and a shrinking economy, is in no position to pull off a miracle. Money is the first and biggest issue. Developing a next-generation fighter jet costs billions of dollars, and Russia's economy is under serious pressure. Sanctions have cut off access to critical Western technology, including high-end semiconductors and aerospace components that Russian engineers desperately need to build advanced aircraft. The Su-57, Russia's so-called fifth-generation stealth fighter, was supposed to be mass-produced years ago, but even now, only a handful are operational. If Russia can't even mass-produce its existing stealth jets, how can it realistically develop something as advanced as the MiG-41? Then there's the challenge of making a jet that actually works as promised. Flying at Mach 5 isn't just a matter of building a fast engine. The extreme heat and stress at hypersonic speeds require specialized materials that Russia has struggled to develop. Then there's stealth. Making a plane invisible to radar while also handling hypersonic speeds is unbelievably difficult. The United States has spent decades trying to build a hypersonic stealth aircraft, and so far, nothing has reached full operational status. Russia claims the MiG-41 will do all of this and more, but history suggests otherwise. The timeline is another problem. Even under the best conditions, building a sixth-generation fighter takes decades. Russia claims the MiG-41 will enter service in the 2030s, but looking at how long it took them to develop the Su-57, it's easy to see that this could be delayed for years, or even canceled altogether. War is another huge factor. The conflict in Ukraine is draining resources, shifting priorities, and forcing Russia to focus on survival rather than future military projects. If the war continues for years, it's unlikely that Russia will have the time, money, or industrial capacity to develop something as ambitious as the MiG-41. Right now, the MiG-41 exists more as a propaganda tool than a real weapon. If Russia does manage to build it, it would be a game changer. But with all the obstacles in its way, the MiG-41 might never be anything more than a dream Russia can't afford to chase. The MiG-41 is undoubtedly an ambitious and potentially game-changing aircraft. If it reaches operational status, it could dominate the skies, intercept hypersonic missiles, and even threaten NATO forces. Its speed, stealth, and advanced weaponry could give Russia a critical advantage in air combat. However, there are serious doubts about whether Russia can actually develop, produce, and deploy this aircraft in the near future. Financial struggles, technological challenges, and the ongoing war in Ukraine all pose significant obstacles. For now, Ukraine and its allies don't have to worry about the MiG-41. But if Russia overcomes its challenges and successfully introduces this fighter, it could reshape modern warfare and tilt the balance of power in Moscow's favor. Only time will tell whether the MiG-41 is the future of aerial combat or just another failed Russian military project. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. If you love this content and want to see more, hit that subscribe button and help us reach our goal.